Hi guys, it's Melanie and welcome back to Living Luxuriously for Less. In today's video, we are going to do a DIY 3-layer feather centerpiece that will be perfect for the 4th of July. So let's get right into this tutorial. Unfortunately, the voiceover that I did was not really easy to hear, so I'm just going to re-voice over it so that you guys can hear me clearly. So for the first step, you want to take some styrofoam and put it inside of your container, and then use a bouquet holder to place it in the center of your styrofoam to be able to build on top of it. And then you want to start with your first layer of feathers. And so for this one, we're going to do blue as the first layer. And then we're going to go around the layer so that we can cover the entirety of the mouth of the vessel, so that you don't see the styrofoam and you don't see, the mouth of the vessel. Now, here is the key. A lot of people feel that you have to use the white styrofoam with the feathers. Now, it does look great with white feathers, but it is not necessary that you use it. And so you see me in this tutorial using the green styrofoam along with the green in the styrofoam inside of the bouquet holder. So you don't have to use white. The key is making sure that you cover it all up. That is the key. And so if there's one thing that you take away from this 4th of July tablescape, that is you don't need $1 million budget to throw an event that looks like you spent it. So for this particular setup, I combined a lot of Dollar Tree finds with some Amazon finds along with some luxury party pieces. And the end result was a high-end show-stopping look that feels luxe without the hefty price tag. So throughout this video, you will see me talk about the links to the items that I use. For YouTube shopping, I'm going to be linking those products directly in the video. You can click on those anytime they pop up on the screen in order to shop it, or you can shop the description box that you see below the video or the first comment. So now we're adding in the next layer of feathers, which is the white. And as you can see, I am going to start out in the first layer. It's going to be in the bottom of the styrofoam that is in that bouquet piece, and I'm going around with the white feathers. Now I'm going to leave the entire recipe in terms of how many feathers I use of what color. I'm going to leave that down in the description box as well as in the first pinned comment so you guys can check it out. I went back and added a few extra ones after I did this tutorial, and I wanted to make sure that I included all of that inside of the video. So once I get all of the white feathers added, all of these were 12 to 16 inches long. And then when we get to the red feathers, we're going to do a little bit of a DIY, and we'll get into that a little bit later on in today's video. But I have done a centerpiece similar to this for another party that was black, blue, and white. And so I'm just simply replacing the black with the red. I already had the blue and the white feathers. And so I'm just going back in and adding the red to it so that I can create something that would be really fun for the 4th of July. It could either be for a tablescape or a buffet setup. You guys let me know in the comments if you would like to see me do a 4th of July themed buffet. But when it came to the red ones, let me just say that the feathers have increased, and I wanted to keep myself on a $20 budget in terms of new things that I was buying for this centerpiece. And so I went in and I got the red ones from Amazon, and I will link them down below. And once I show them to you, you'll see that they're really small. Like they're probably 8 to 10 inches long. They're not really long at all, but they did come with these feather extenders, and you can just slide the feathers inside of them. And I am so happy that the last set of feathers that I used there were the white ones, because with the white stems, it doesn't stand out a lot. And so what you do is you're going to pull out the feathers. You're going to snip off just the end of the feathers. Just snip off the very end. And then once you snip that end off, you're going to take it and slide that tip of the feather into the feather extender. And then once you get it positioned well, you're just going to place it down in the center of the centerpiece. And because these are so short, you want to kind of place these where they're facing more upward. than downward. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you guys. But it's super simple to do, and it turned out absolutely gorgeous. Now, while you're working your centerpiece, you also want to make sure that you go back in and fill in any gaps. So that's why I told you guys I will leave the full recipe down below. But remember, the wider the mouth is on your vessel, the more feathers you're going to use. But if you're using like a smaller vessel, such as a Eiffel Tower, then all you need is a total of 24 to 36 feathers, right? And so you can do like 12 of each feather, or 12 of each and 10 of one. You don't really need a lot of feathers when you're doing the Eiffel Tower, because the mouth of it is so small. But because this is a bigger mouth, in order for me to get it to look more full, I'm going to have to use more feathers. So with that being said, you guys have that process. I'm going to speed this up and put in some music for your listening pleasure. So once the centerpiece was all done, I had to pull out this rotator, you guys. If you don't have one already, I recommend you get one, two, or a few. My friend Florence actually bought these for her disco party, and if you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. But these rotate your centerpieces. You can rotate them clockwise or counterclockwise, and I just think these are the neatest things to display your centerpieces on. And it enables everyone to be able to see the beauty of the centerpiece from every single side. And so I'm just right now, I don't like to use the word obsessed, but I am really obsessing over these, and I will be using these excessively. So warning. Okay, so this is what it looks like all finished up. I absolutely love the outcome. I decorated this table in full on Amazon Live. So if you guys want to see every single step, definitely check out my Amazon live stream. I will leave a link down in the first pinned comment, as well as in the description box. But many of the items that I used to do it came from the Dollar Tree. So the napkins, the star plates, the freedom word, the little firecrackers, the wine glasses. You can find all of these things at the Dollar Tree. And by mixing these things with items that I already had, for example, you guys remember the square mirrors that we used to use on every single centerpiece back in the day, had us in a chokehold? Well, I even used the square mirrors as my charger. And these little firecracker pieces, I got these at Hobby Lobby, but they had the smaller version of these at the Dollar Tree. And I just thought they made such a huge impact. And I used my bud vases from Amazon to put them on top of, to put the other feathers inside of the bud vases. But this look came together seamlessly. And it's a perfect example of what you can get when you mix the highs and the lows. So all throughout this entire, tablescape, you see me mixing highs and lows with the nice luxury blue velvet table linen. Yes, that is a luxury piece. It's a nice piece. But when you place it with all of these other things, it all looks luxury, but without, the total luxury price point. So I am in love with the way that this turned out. And I wanted to also share with you guys how I designed the actual chairs. So the chairs are just a plain white. And I found these flag chair covers also at the Dollar Tree, and I pinned them over to actually fit the Chiavari chair. Now, in the photo, they have the Chiavari chair on it, but in actuality, they're too big for the back of a Chiavari chair. They better fit the Lifetime fold-in chair. So let me know down in the comments below, do you like the Tablescape with or without the flag chair covers? Let me know down in the comments. Does it elevate it, or is it too much? I would love to hear your thoughts and ideas. So thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope that you found some inspiration for bringing some, joy and festivity into your homes and for your family around the 4th of July holidays. My family and I are going to be camping outdoors. And so it's going to be like a family reunion. I'm so excited, and I hope you all will have a great time with your family as well. Until next time, it's Melanie with Living Luxuriously for Less. Cheers!